Almost 1 in 3 women worldwide will be subjected to violence in their lifetime, usually at the hands of men. In Australia, it's been called a national crisis. Last year was a record year for violent deaths of women. This wall bears the names and faces of the victims. It's prompted the federal government to pledge billions of dollars for intervention and frontline support services, but advocates warn it's nowhere near enough to stamp out gender-based violence. A haunting reminder in the shadows of a Melbourne laneway. Yet another woman is dead, her face now on a mural.
She's 47 years old. Leanne's body was actually found dumped in bushland across the road from her house.
Journalist and femicide researcher Sherelle Moody has been documenting violent deaths of women and children for years. She's counted more than 170 since January last year. For her, it's deeply personal. Decades ago, her stepfather was jailed for murdering 2 girls.
Everything I do is in their memory. It's a tribute to them.
Thousands have protested across the country in the past year, calling for an end to gender-based violence. But not only do women keep dying, attempts to raise awareness are met with resistance. Vandals often target this memorial.
Someone came down and painted over most of the faces with the words "War on Men." That person has no idea about respecting women.
It's an ongoing fight for recognition. About 90% of these women were allegedly killed by someone they knew. Yet many aren't even included in official homicide statistics.
We find that, particularly in intimate partner violence, the partner uses a vehicle to kill the other person. Quite often, the charge there is not homicide, it's not even manslaughter, it's usually dangerous driving causing death.
No amount of jail time can bring these women back. But for many victims' families, the justice system adds to their pain. In Victoria's Supreme Court, a man who killed 2 sex workers, Ichi Law and Hyun Suk Jun, recently avoided a murder conviction, instead pleading guilty to manslaughter, receiving a maximum 14-year prison sentence. With parole laws, he could be out even sooner. Many advocates are devastated, while prosecutors are appealing the sentence.
I think it's really disgrace. The result of 14 years is not enough.
Legal experts say challenges begin well before the courtroom. Many victims are too afraid to seek protection in the first place, especially migrant and refugee women fleeing family violence.
One is their visa status. They may be dependent on their partner, so they've got a fear of deportation. They also sometimes don't trust the systems, so they've got that fear of authorities.
Leaving an abusive relationship is one of the most dangerous times for victims. Simone O'Brien ended her relationship with a man after he showed signs of controlling behaviour. She lives with the scars from that day.
All I can remember is being on the ground, and next minute I look up and I could see a baseball bat coming down down on me.
The mother of 3 survived nearly 50 hits. Doctors used screws and titanium plates to hold her skull together. 13 years and dozens of operations later, she's still blind in one eye.
Being that prisoner in my body for the rest of my life, I have got this attitude that never give up, keep smiling.
Simone is now advocating to change various laws to better protect victims. She also shares her story to educate people about seeking help.
Several schools that I've been doing, for 6-7 years have actually got domestic violence as a part of their school curriculum, and that's what we need.
In 2022, the Australian government initiated a national plan to end gender-based violence within a generation. It prioritises prevention, and for the first time, a government-funded study has shed light on perpetrators and the critical role of mental health. Researchers say 35% of men have admitted to emotional abuse or using violence against an intimate partner. That's up from 1 in 4 men in less than a decade. It means that every year, an estimated 120,000 men are resorting to abuse for the first time.
So men who had clinically relevant depression symptoms, men who also had earlier reported thoughts, plans or even attempts around suicide were much more likely to use intimate partner violence.
Part of the solution
Hey buddy, how are you?
is addressing the mental health issues of men. The 10 to Men study shows staying socially connected and positive father-son relationships are key to lowering the risk.
Our job is to sort of provide evidence to try to maximise the chance of interventions being successful so that hopefully we can start to see a downturn in this sort of type of behaviour.
Could I have done something differently?
David Nugent is one of the men driving that change. From running group sessions to address the root causes of violence and anger,
We get caught on a cycle.
to helping men online from all over the country. His approach is unique because, unlike most behaviour change programs, he mentors men for years, teaching them how to stop being physically or emotionally abusive.
The other part to it is the misogynistic role models or beliefs that are passed on about, real men don't cry, real men don't show emotions. The whole package is part of this problem.
To see you, bro.
David says there aren't enough in-depth programs or funding to meet demand, even though his work helps men turn their lives around.
I started being a lot more abusive, really quite physical, quite verbal, but not realising there was actually abuse. The manliest thing you can do is own up to your behaviours.
Many past participants become role models for a new wave of men seeking help.
I also have a son as well, so I get to do that ripple effect where he's not going to carry on those behaviours.
A transformation that can break the cycle, rewriting the future for the next generation to live in safety.